A crowd of demonstrators barged into Vancouver City Hall this morning, occupying the mayor's office, disrupting a city council meeting, as you saw, sitting in councillors' chairs, all to make their message inescapably clear. Homelessness is not an issue local politicians can afford to move slowly on. Our Tina Lovegreen was there.
24 protesters stormed council chambers today, demanding that the city act now on the issue of social housing and calling on officials to do more to end homelessness. The city responded by saying they will discuss the issue at a later time, but that didn't sit well with the protesters.
Tax the rich to house the poor! Tax the rich to house the poor! Tax the
chanting and disruption prompted councillors to leave, and the protesters took advantage of the empty chamber to run the meeting they were hoping to have. Swanson of the Carnegie Community Action Project took the chair of Mayor Gregor Robertson. Though he wasn't here today, she then began chairing the mock or impromptu meeting as other protesters took councillor seats. They then began speaking about what they want to see from the city.
Every level of government has just left poor people without any options around housing, without any choices, without any dignity, without any rights. I mean, it's come to the point where we have to ask for porta potties for tent cities, where we have to ask for floors in our buildings that don't fall through the floor when we try to take a bath. It's come to that.
The protesters, quote unquote, passed several motions, the first being to fulfill the promise to build 100% social housing at welfare and pension rates at 58 West Hastings, and the same for 105 Kiefer Street in Chinatown. The second was to stop displacing tent cities. This comes in the wake of yesterday's news when a BC Supreme Court judge granted an injunction to evict homeless campers at 950 Main Street. And lastly, the protesters passed a motion to ensure owners of privately owned SROs meet maintenance bylaws. That's a reference to the recent eviction at the Balmoral Hotel.
People are dying of homelessness. It's not something that's, it's urgent. We need immediate action. Winter is coming. We have over 2,000 homeless people on the street in Vancouver. There's even shelters are only enough shelters for less than half of them. The tent city is being evicted. We just lost 173 rooms at the Balmoral Hotel. People are going to die of homelessness. They are dying of homelessness. Somebody has to do something now, starting now.
The protesters say that they won't be backing down and they will continue the fight for social housing. Meanwhile, I spoke to City Councillor Kerry Jang, who says he understands their frustration and shares their frustration, but there is a process that needs to take place when it comes to these motions, and that is what needs to be followed here. Tina Lovegreen, CBC News, Vancouver.